Welcome to this explainer. You know the feeling, right? You just click one single button and suddenly, boom, you're logged into a brand new app. No long forms to fill out, no annoying email verifications, and most importantly, absolutely no new passwords to create. Well, today we're unlocking the underlying architecture behind that seamless, everyday magic. It's called OAuth 2.0. We're going to break down the exact protocols that make modern authentication not just super convenient, but incredibly secure.
Okay, let's dive into this. We've literally all been there. You're just trying to watch a movie or maybe listen to a new playlist, and suddenly you're hit with a login screen. You probably have active accounts on, 10 to 15 different websites right now? Spotify, Netflix, Prime Video, the list just goes on and on. Trying to create, manage, and actually remember a unique, cryptographically secure password for every single one of those platforms, it's a complete headache. It's super frustrating, and honestly, it's just a terrible user experience to constantly type out those credentials across all your different devices and browsers. So enter the hero of our story, OAuth, which stands for Open Authorization. Specifically, we're looking at the widely used version 2.0 as well as the newer 2.1. Basically, this is an authentication and authorization framework. At its very core, OAuth is like a secure bridge. It allows third-party applications and their APIs to seamlessly access your user data without you ever having to hand over your actual password to them. It creates this really standardized, highly secure method for totally different apps to talk to each other. That ensures your core credentials stay completely isolated from the third-party services you're trying to use.
But naturally, understanding this framework brings up a massive and, honestly, a highly relatable question. When you click that incredibly convenient login with Gmail or login with Facebook button, you might pause and kind of panic for a second. You might ask yourself, wait, if I do this, can this random third-party app suddenly read all my sensitive personal emails? Are they going to scroll through my private messages or dig into my cloud storage? Because, we absolutely value our digital privacy, so that's a completely valid security fear to have when you're granting permissions across platforms.
Well, you can take a deep breath because the answer, thankfully, is a resounding no. Only your very basic profile information is shared with that requesting app. We're talking about simple, safe identifiers, like your name, maybe your profile photo, or specific basic preferences that you explicitly agree to share. Your sensitive personal data, like your private emails, financial details, or private messages, that all remains entirely private and totally untouched. The whole framework is specifically designed so that you maintain complete, granular control over exactly what data moves between these services. And this brilliantly illustrates the precise, invisible handshake taking place right behind the scenes. Let's walk through it. Step 1, you click that Login with Gmail button on a third-party app. Let's say Spotify. Step 2, an authorization prompt pops up. It clearly states exactly what info will be shared, and you click OK to grant permission. Now, Step 3 is the absolutely crucial pivot point for modern web security. Gmail doesn't send your password over. Instead, its authorization server generates and sends a highly secure cryptographic access token over to Spotify. This token acts kind of like a temporary digital keycard. And finally, Step 4, authentication is successful. You're logged in completely seamlessly without ever exposing your actual login credentials to that new app.
So why exactly is this system so universally necessary for the modern web? Well, first and foremost, it prevents these third-party apps from ever storing your actual passwords. Think about it. If some smaller startup's app gets hacked, your primary email password isn't just sitting in their database waiting to be stolen. Secondly, the framework strictly limits what an app can do with your data, keeping its reach contained only to the specific scope you actually approved. And third, it fully supports Secure Single Sign-On, or SSO. Basically, that means one single, highly protected identity securely provides you with seamless connectivity across a whole bunch of applications, without the endless hassle of creating and managing new accounts every single time.
Okay, let's move to and see how this builds into our next section, the engines of OAuth, understanding digital tokens.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast between how these two primary types of tokens operate. They work together to perfectly balance deep security with everyday convenience. On one side, we've got access tokens. These are intentionally short-lived. They're generated for a very brief time window, often expiring in just minutes or maybe hours. They're used for that immediate login, like accessing Spotify to play a song right now. Because they expire so fast, even if a malicious actor somehow managed to intercept one, it'd be useless to them almost instantly. On the flip side, we have refresh tokens. These are long-lived and safely stored by the client application. So think about when you open your Gmail app on your phone after, say, 3 to 5 days of not using it. You don't have to log in all over again, right? That is the refresh token at work. It operates entirely behind the scenes, using cryptographic validation to securely request and acquire a brand new access token from the server. That ensures your experience is completely uninterrupted while keeping an incredibly tight security perimeter.
By relying on these advanced mechanisms, encrypted tokens securely replace the highly dangerous need for you to repeatedly type out your credentials over a network. Every single time you type your password on a keyboard and hit enter, there's a tiny but very real risk it could be grabbed by a keylogger, snagged over an insecure Wi-Fi network, or exposed in a massive data leak. So, by drastically reducing how often you actually transmit those root credentials, OAuth and its dual token system actively prevent widespread sensitive data breaches. It keeps your core identity incredibly secure while simultaneously making your daily digital life so much easier.
So the crucial point is, to truly understand this massive upgrade, you have to compare this architectural shift to older web methods. On one side, we have old-school cookies. We see these on sites like Amazon, saving client-side information right in your browser, so the site remembers your cart or your preferences. But historically, cookies are considered a slightly insecure method. Why? Because that data is sitting right there on your local machine, making it potentially vulnerable to cross-site scripting attacks or local malware. Contrast that with OAuth 2.0. This is a modern, highly secured method that relies on properly encrypted server-validated tokens being passed back and forth between backend systems. That completely eliminates those old vulnerabilities and exposures associated with localized client-side storage. Since OAuth replaces vulnerable passwords with these invisible, dynamically encrypted tokens to keep you safe from the endless hassles and dangers of the web, it really begs a fascinating question. What other behind-the-scenes systems are seamlessly protecting your digital identity right now without you even knowing it? Next time you click a button and something just magically connects, remember, there is an entire universe of secure, structured logic operating right beneath your fingertips. Keep asking questions, keep learning, and stay deeply curious about your digital footprint.